Hello, and welcome to Trend Spotting, where smart people talk about the future in media. Today we're going to be looking at YouTube copyright, and let's see what these smart people forecast for these set of rules. Speaking of forecasts, storms are getting worse.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about YouTube copyright. Now, YouTube copyright was originally started by 3 PayPal employees named Chad, Steve, and Jawed. They had an idea. It was a simple concept, really. They were going to make a site where you could take, share, and upload videos of your favorite things. So the guys came up with this idea and they called it YouTube. And the rest, as we say now, is history. However, it's history that's being changed. YouTube right now is in the battle for a copyright. Now, YouTube is one of the biggest disruptions to have ever hit the entertainment industry. Much like the meteor that disrupted the lives of pretty much every dinosaur on the planet, YouTube basically hit the entertainment industry so hard they named a crater after it. Now, what it did was it completely threw out the windows of exhibition and made things completely and totally different from where they are normally. So let's talk a little bit about the windows of exhibition, shall we? So the windows of exhibition are the way in which production companies and basically the Hollywood bigwigs, gain a profit off of their intellectual properties. So a film like Harry Potter might make its way through theaters and then work to network TV and all the way down to DVD sales. Well, YouTube destroyed that mindset. Now, here's why. Prior to YouTube's inception, the entertainment industry had a bottleneck going on. There were big production companies, the Universals, the Time Warners of the world, sitting in the middle of a path like the Spartans in 300. And on one side is a giant horde of consumers who needed more things. And on the other side is a horde of distributors and content creators, people who had a creative mindset and really wanted to do something incredible, but they couldn't reach this audience. Suddenly, YouTube dynamited the entire canyon, allowing for a giant internet free-for-all. Suddenly, everybody was creating for everybody else, which is absolutely astounding when you think about the effect that it had. This was the internet equivalent of the Wild West. Suddenly, there were no rules, and everybody wanted to do what's happening. So, interestingly enough, however, the laws and I guess the cultural nuances that we had at the time had trouble adapting to this brand new innovation. So over time, YouTube grows, it changes and develops, evolves into the company that we all know and love it as today. YouTube is still struggling with copyright, much like a teenage boy going through the awkwardness of growing pains. YouTube is still reeling from copyright infringement policies, something that it hasn't had a really good chance to confront yet. And the problem is that everyone on YouTube is a creative, and some of them draw inspiration from other intellectual properties, from the Harry Potters, the Mickey Mouses, and the Lord of the Rings of the world. Now, the trouble with this is those companies that own the intellectual property and the rights to distribute that property are going to get really, really angry. YouTube is frightened that those people are going to get so angry that they'll try and actually shut down the site. And so YouTube is terrified, skittish, and incredibly gun-shy about anything involving copyright infringement. Now, those companies are very, very powerful. And with that power comes very little responsibility. Spider-Man turned out to be completely and totally wrong. Sorry, Uncle Ben. Companies, major companies, are starting to lord over their copyright status to the detriment of content creators. So let's say, for example, that you're a small company. You've made a brand new product. You're going to make a product and you're going to call it the Ellen Pad. This product does everything that you could possibly want out of an iPad, and you launch a brand new website and product placement for it online. Now, this is where the importance of Google comes in. A YouTuber with a popular following and millions of subscribers sees the Ellen Pad, and suddenly they're like, oh man, that seems like a great product. Let's review this product. As a person's Google stock, as their importance in the search results goes up, the company's goes down. So no matter what the reviewer has to say about the product, maybe they think the Ellen Pad is the greatest thing since sliced bread. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter is that that company wants to be the top Google search result page. It needs to be the top on the Google search results page. That constitutes ad revenue. That constitutes presence. So what these companies have figured out is they can tank certain interviews by just filing a copyright claim. YouTube, in its fear, will immediately remove the video and thus take the video off of the Google search results page and allow companies to swoop in and take the top spot. And again, this goes back to content creators losing important revenue, losing audience members, subscribers, losing consistency among their audience. So now what's going to happen is that content creators are starting to leave YouTube at the worst possible time for the company. While YouTube remains the biggest internet video sharing service out there, losing content creators at a time when every other web service is starting to step up its game and prepare to take on the giant that is YouTube itself. The BuzzFeeds of the world, the HBO Go's, the Amazon Primes, the Vimeos. Literally, there are so many different services. I mean, Yahoo Video just launched as well. Netflix is actually starting to produce its own original content, and they're taking the talent that was putting their stuff on YouTube for pennies on the dollar and then paying them big bucks to make much needed content for them. So what does this all mean? Clearly, everyone still loves YouTube, even if everyone else is gunning for a piece of that sweet YouTube pie. However, the copyright battle remains and continues to rage. More and more videos are being taken down, and more content creators are either leaving YouTube altogether or, far worse, joining YouTube's rivals and adversaries in the entertainment industry. And who knows, in 5 to 10 years, the YouTube that we all know and love may have changed or been altered massively and drastically by this conflict. YouTube isn't facing an identity crisis, it's facing an existence crisis.
Esperamos que hayan disfrutado nuestro video. Asegúrense de compartir sus pensamientos con nosotros en la misma sección de comentarios debajo. También, si puedes ver los restos de nuestros videos sobre trendspotting, y compartirlos y darle una me gusta, y acuérdense de seguir encima de la curva en los medios de comunicaciones.